Alright. So, if you've never fooled around with pigments before, they're interesting. I'm not seeing the damn paint has chipped off. It sucks. Just sucks. But I'll hit that later. Pigments are interesting. They will wear off over time, but they are a great way to add weathering details to your mechs, or let's say World War II vehicles. But they will get everywhere. So basically all I'm doing get their camera in on that. So you can see it. And basically all I'm doing is brushing on the pigment. It's going to get in those nooks and crannies, but I want to give it the look like he's dusty. Like these feet should be dusty. They tromp around these planets and just dig in. And the one thing I have learned while weathering Flames of War tanks is that sometimes less is more. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube and in other tutorials go really crazy with how they use their weathering pigments. Really all I'm looking for is a subtle effect of not dusty, dusty, not dusty, dusty. That's what I'm looking for. And you always want to make sure you brush down. And if you went a little heavy, you can sometimes brush it out. But the reason I'm using this little blister over it, or doing this over this little empty blister, is because this stuff just goes everywhere. And you do not want this on your work table. And if you got a fan in your room, man, God help you. That shit's gonna go in your lungs, everywhere, your computer, you'll never get it out. So I have no fan. I have a fan in here, but I do not have it on. Of course, you don't need to do this part. I think it's cool though. Maybe a little bit get up in there. Maybe. A little bit in those pistons. Yeah. Sweet. So then you're like, well, you didn't even varnish this guy yet. Aha, that's true. So, before I go to varnish him, I will be hitting him with a sealer on his legs, or wherever else I put him with the pigment. The pigment will then bond to it, and then I can go back with a varnish over it to protect the rest of the paint job. So now I'm going to add some black soot. Whew. These are autocannons, and that's an LRM-15. So, I would assume there is some carbonization up here. And like I said, you want to kind of feather it out. Blend it. So now you can see that there's the blue right at the front of the panel, but it gets slightly a little darker as it gets closer to the LRM launchers. And that's cool. The lasers aren't really going to do that, in my mind, because, I mean, you're just shooting energy. You're not... The hell? I know what that is. Get off there. Get off. There we go. The lasers aren't going to do that. But maybe I want to add a little bit to where that impact hit. Kind of like a burn mark. Yeah. I think that looks good. You can also use the pigments to modulate your colors. If you really wanted to do such a thing. Like, I'm gonna use the pigments there to kind of darken up those exhausts there. And around it. Maybe I should do commission painting. I don't know. I doubt it. No one paid for this shit. So there you go. Cool. Now I'm going to do the autocannons. And the thing I like the most about the pigments is they, for the most part, they will stick where you put them. Yeah. Those claws would be experiencing major soot action. All right. Do it on the other claw. Not going super heavy, but he's been firing these guns. He's about out of ammo. That's his story. He's on his last legs. Some Drac bastard's about to finish him off. Or Draconis Combine hero, you know, depending on your point of view. Maybe a pack of spiders is chasing him. This is what I think about when I paint. It's like, what the hell did the miniature go through? What is his story? And I know it sounds very Bob Ross, but it really helps you when you're being creative. What is going on with him? What did he see? So I'm going to put a little bit of black in there by those pipes. Just a little bit. And again, I mean, it's like not a whole lot of reward for doing this. But blend that in. Alright, cool. And he doesn't really have any rear exhaust, does he? And he doesn't have anything. But Bob did know what he was doing. Bob was the man. It's just fantastic. Fantastic guy. Just spectacular. Just spectacular. And he's nearly done. Hell. He's looking like a superstar. My opinion. He just really has seen some stuff.